At this point in my life, I've been in so many bands. Some have done well, some haven't. But the thing that I realize, especially as I'm getting older, is that all the bands that seemed to do the best, or at least hold the most special place in my heart, are the ones that had the best chemistry. That's what we're going to talk about today. Hello everyone, my name is Travis Mark. I'm the host of the Musician's Mentor podcast. You can find that in our playlist section. Likewise, I now host this channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. If you haven't, and this is the first time you've seen one of my videos, welcome. Please do me a favor while you are here and hit that subscribe button. It is truly appreciated. Today, I want to talk about band chemistry. Band chemistry can really be a make or break factor for your band. If you look at the greatest bands from time gone by, you'll notice that it's not just about one person. Marketing sometimes does imply that, but if you look at the truly great bands, there was always some kind of band chemistry or dynamic. Sometimes the chemistry wasn't healthy. If you look at a band like, say, The Police, they didn't always get along. I've seen videos of many other famous bands fighting. I've seen footage of the Eagles cussing each other out on stage in their talkback monitors. But nonetheless, there was enough of a relationship to create chemistry. Now, I don't want to talk about negative chemistry. I want to talk about positive chemistry and the impact that I've seen it have on bands that I've been in. Typically speaking, if you have camaraderie, positive, we are family type vibes within your unit, everybody starts trying to put in a little bit more effort. If a little bit more effort gets put in, you progress at a faster rate. If you progress at a faster rate, it is easier to keep momentum because you feel like you are achieving something. And if you feel like you're achieving something, especially if you start adding money into the picture, most people start believing that you can really do this. And you can really do this. You just have to find all these little secret nuances and ingredients additions so that your project or band can progress and become a business that you can maintain and hopefully sustain. I know that I go on about relationships a lot, but big surprise, I'm going to say it again because this comes down to having relationships. You need to find time to build relationships with your band members away from just the music. The music is probably only 50% of it, if that much, because the truth is there are talented people everywhere. So many people can play instruments that to put musicians in your band that will sound good together is easy. To put musicians in your band that'll stay together and try and push forward together and actually maybe develop some kind of art that becomes bigger than just them. It becomes important to other people. It becomes this huge thing that people respond to. That's a whole different ball game. And if you can get into that, you are made. But how do you build relationships? How do you get tight with somebody that you don't really feel that connected with? How do you start a conversation with somebody who you feel you have nothing in common with, perhaps, besides maybe playing in the band together? These are questions you need to ask yourself and potentially try and answer, and then start putting it forward to your other band members without becoming super needy. But things that work well are socializing together. Maybe you can all have dinner sometime. Maybe before practice you can have some dinner. Maybe after practice you can have some dinner, or some drinks, or coffee, or whatever it is. Sit down together, break bread together, talk about things, learn about each other's outside activities from the band. Going and watching bands together is a super useful tool because not only is it a great way to bond and get to know about what each other like or dislike musically, you actually kill two birds with one stone by watching and potentially taking notes mentally, or write them down, I guess, if you want to, but mentally, that you can then bring back to your own band and either implement into your own show, improve on, or take out completely. You'd be amazed what you can learn from just watching bands. And I'm not even talking about established bands. Just go watch some bands together. Away from socializing and watching bands, you could trade music. It's a great way to, again, get into someone's space. If you have partners that get along, you can have social events like that. So it's not just band members taking each other's time. You get to involve other important people in your life within your units, and that can be a very powerful thing. Once you have that family dynamic, it's so much easier to be open about things. It's so much easier to grow together and, clear conflict type situations like we've spoken about. It's easier to talk about the dreams you have and build those dreams together. If you have multiple people manifesting and working towards a goal versus just one, trust me, those energies are real and you will progress quicker. But the bottom line is that positive chemistry can really work wonders for your band. I was in a band a few years ago. We were a 3-piece and we got on like a house on fire. Let me tell you, when we were all together working towards the same goal, we were unstoppable. It felt like we were in a gang, not a violent gang, but in a gang that was like one for all. Unfortunately, as things went on, one of the guys became a little bit of a megalomaniac. He fired the other guy and I was left hanging, and it felt like it really affected our chemistry until eventually I left. And now I see that band, while it still exists, it's not really doing anything. They lost all the momentum that they had. They're still doing the same handful of gigs that they used to do, which is good. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. All I'm trying to sort of paint the picture of is once that chemistry was gone, the train fell off the tracks. And once the train was off those tracks, the momentum depleted to the point that I personally don't foresee that band doing anything that will ever be noteworthy. I could be wrong. I hope I am. I don't wish anybody any type of ill will. I'm not that guy. But I've seen this happen time and time again. And the thing is, if momentum isn't constantly moving forward, it's staying still. And in this type of career, if things seem to stay still for too long, people start to lose interest and pay attention to the next thing. So try and develop some chemistry with your bandmates. I'd love to hear your progress. And if you do progress or have any further ways to potentially build chemistry within your band, please do me a favor and drop me a comment down below. That's it for today. I'll see you on the next one.